You're watching W33BY, Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of W33BY, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Good morning, Detroit. Wake up, roll out of bed, and join me for the third edition of Sip Coffee with Kathy. It is a spring day, but cold here in Michigan, 26 degrees. What is going on? But I can tell you, nothing warms the soul more, in my opinion, than a great cup of coffee and warm conversation. And great conversation. So if you take care of your coffee needs, I'll take care of the warm, great conversation this morning. My name, for my new viewers, my name is Kathy Mott. I am a life coach, an executive coach and consultant, and I have my own consulting firm, CWC Leadership Development. I am also an experienced trainer. I've trained over 3,000 individuals on what it means to be engaged in life mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. The purpose of my show is to help my viewers to live a more robust life. Yes, it is all about personal growth and development to help you be engaged mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I am also a blogger. You can join my blog at brewingcoffeewithkathy.com. It's an awesome place to be. Again, it is a community of women who support one another through life's ups and downs. I am going to forego the long intro that I normally give because I'm so passionate about our discussion. So if you'd like to learn more about me, Kathy Mott, you can take a look at my website, CWC Leadership Development, and go to CWC TV, and there's a link on there to the first two shows where you can learn a little more about me personally and professionally. So I want to jump into our topic for today because I am so passionate about it. So today's topic is all about finding your gifts and talents, your natural gifts and talents, and then using it to work your passion in life. And so, as I mentioned, I've trained over 3,000 individuals. I've spent 3 days with them or either 2 days with them. And so I've had long interactions with over 3,000 people. And through those training courses, I typically will ask individuals, what is your natural gift or talent? And unfortunately, so many people say, I don't have one. Or I don't know what my natural gift or talent is. And I beg to differ. In fact, for my viewers at home, you may be thinking, I don't have one. Or if I do, I don't know what it is. So remember, I always say, when I teach something secularly, I want to know, where is the scriptural precedent? Okay? So the scriptural precedent I have for you today to show that each and every one of us has a natural gift and talent, it is found at 1 Peter 4:10. And I'm going to read it verbatim. It says, to the extent that each one has received a gift, let him use it in ministering to one another as fine stewards of God's undeserved kindness that is expressed in various ways. So each of us has been given a gift. And I'd like to use this illustration. I want you to think about a little person or a child in your life that you wanted to buy a special gift for. You spend a lot of time either shopping or looking on the internet because you want it to be just right. You find the gift, and then once you get the gift, You want to find their favorite wrapping paper because you want it to be just so. So for my grandsons, it would be Ninja Turtle wrapping paper, and for my one little granddaughter, it would be Sparkle Jewel. So you find this wrapping paper and you wrap the gift just so. And the day comes, you can't wait to present it to them. And you give the little person this gift. And they take the gift, take it in their bedroom, and put it under their bed. And they never bother to open it. Now, as the giver, what are you thinking? The responses I get is angry, frustration, confused, and the giver is feeling a little unappreciated. So if you back away from that illustration and think, you are that beautifully wrapped package. Our Heavenly Father has put a gift within each and every one of us. So will you be like the child who receives the gift and puts it under the bed and never open it? Or will you take the challenge, take the opportunity to open that gift, unwrap it, and use it to work your passion and minister to others? So that's what our show is about today, finding your natural gifts and talents. And as usual, I have two phenomenal guests with me who have found their gifts and talents, who are working their passion, and we're going to hear their story. So, if you haven't had a chance to grab your cup of coffee, put your feet up, and join me back here in 2 as you continue to sip coffee with Kathy. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Take a look at who my supporting sponsors are. Good morning, Detroit. Welcome back. I hope you had a chance to join your coffee because it is warm here in our studio because I have two fabulous guests with me, individuals that I've had an opportunity to interact with who are definitely living their passion. So let me start off by introducing the two of them. I have with me here to my left first, I have Tiffany the trainer. Tiffany is pretty awesome. Tiffany is a trainer and a group exercise instructor. She is also a national physique committee figure competitor, and Tiffany, the trainer, currently holds 11 certifications through National Exercise and Sports Trainers Association, also through the American Council on Exercise, the Aerobics and Physics Association of America, and Tiffany is pretty awesome. In her spare time, Tiffany is a wife and mother, but she loves long distance running, and she believes that everyone can reach their physical fitness goals and live a healthy lifestyle. To my far left here, I have Mr. Kevin Gross, who is a former colleague of mine, but he graduated from the Michigan State University. Upon completion of college, he began working on campus as an Oakland youth programs director, and then he began to work with the Oakland County Circuit Court as a youth family caseworker. And he provides probation services for wayward youth who have made some difficult or bad decisions in their lives. And he's married to his wonderful wife, and they live together in Pontiac. And I had an opportunity to work with Mr. Growth on a youth program through Michigan Works Job Links. So thank the two of you so much for joining me. I'm so happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
It is our pleasure.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
invitation.
Yes,
Oh.
absolutely.
So let me tell you about my interaction with Tiffany, the trainer, and why she's here today. So Tiffany, the trainer, is actually my kickboxing instructor,
Yes.
and she kicks my butt every Monday night. Okay? It truly is a love-hate relationship. I love her to death, but boy, she kicks my butt. And the first time I went to Tiffany's class, I said, I'm not coming back to this class. She is crazy. But she said, keep coming and you'll get better.
Yes.
But not only is her workout fabulous, her cool down is fabulous. And I felt like it was an experience. You engaged me physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And I said, this woman is working her passion.
Yes.
And so that's why she's here today. So Tiffany, tell me, what do you think your natural gifts and talents are?
It would absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, be physical fitness and just inspiring others to obtain that same thing. So like that might not be your goal, total fitness, but to just be in shape, internally and externally should be like everybody's goal, and everyone has a different opinion of what fit is. It is not necessarily so much the outer, you might not have a six-pack ab or the best biceps on the planet. So everyone's opinion is different. But once you reach your goal, that is what matters most. So
Very
our
nice.
bodies are temples, and I believe that we should always try and maintain that temple that we have been provided. So
Very nice. And you treat us that way in your class. And her class is always packed. I kid you not. We're always grumbling, but Tiffany is always way up here.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it. And I love
Yes.
that about you, Tiffany. I love that. So how did you discover that this was what you wanted to do and this was your gift?
Well, I have always been active in my life, always been active, an athlete, doing different things. I think it more so came about after I had my children because I was accustomed to just being active and doing things and physically fit. And then once you have children, as a woman, your body changes. So I was just in the process of trying to get back to the norm, my norm. Everybody's norm is different, but my norm. And in that process, I came upon challenges and I decided, okay, I'm going to figure this out. And so with that being said, I continued on my journey to figure it out for myself. And then after that, a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine, she had kids and I began helping her to get back in shape and feel good about herself. So from that, more friends came and more friends came. And then that same good friend said to me one day, why aren't you doing this professionally? Why don't you get paid to do this?
Right.
And light bulb came on. Ding. Like, yeah.
Ding, ding, ching.
Yes. Like, I never thought about that. But, I will look into it. And she actually was the one who encouraged me. And my husband said the same thing. He was like, you do this every day, and you help people every day with the same thing. There's something there. So
Very
That's how it
nice.
came about.
Very nice. And you are living your passion. It's like it's been said, when you work your passion, live your passion, you never work a day in your life.
Right.
And people have said you would do it for free. And
Absolutely.
initially, that's how you started.
Doing
Okay.
it for free,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. So, Mr. Gross,
Good morning.
Kevin,
Good
good
morning.
morning. So, we had an opportunity to work together on
We did.
a program with about 55 youth in healthcare. They would come to St. Joe's Hospital and work at a co op program
right.
to help them to see the behind the scenes in healthcare so that they could have more options than just a doctor or nurse, so
right.
that they could see the ins and outs of it. And in working with Kevin, what I saw with him every day that we worked together with the children is he had a love for children, he had a love for growth, and working with these kids was his passion. So I'd like to start off asking you, what natural gift or talent do you have that fuels your passion?
Good. Thank you, Kathy. Yes, and it was an honor and a pleasure working with you. And I can honestly say I learned even more by being a colleague of yours from you. And I thank you
you.
for that experience.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
so much.
My pleasure.
I believe that my passion is meeting with people. Anyone that I come across with, I can communicate well with them, talk with them, and hopefully to inspire them to do something positive in their life, which led me to what I'm doing now with the youth. Because in my life, I believe I have no enemies.
I believe it too.
I don't, because I enjoy everyone. I enjoy everyone, and it inspires me to be the best person I can to ensure that the individuals I come across with can be inspired and do well. And I think that's my passion.
Very nice, very nice. So, how did you, Mr. Gross, how did you discover your natural gift and talent?
Wow, it's a good question. My mother talks to me all the time. I have a very good relationship with my mother, and she would tell me that as a child, even at 3, 4, 5 years old, I would see individuals that I don't know, and I would say to them, "Are you my buddy?" And as a child, and that grew into becoming an adult and seeing everyone and believing that everyone can be your buddy. And I recall my father talking with me during the time I was in college, and he inspired me and telling me that the most important part of communicating is listening.
Yes,
And
indeed.
become an avid
Indeed.
listener.
Yes.
Because that allows you to learn a lot about people, who they are, what they're about, what their passions are and their goals, and maybe possibly help them. And so I began to do so. And as I did that, I started to realize that people started coming to me for advice.
Yes.
Because I would pretty much listen to them and try to get understanding of them, and then provide them with some uplifting advice to inspire them, because I truly believe there's good in everyone,
Yeah.
and I believe that.
Yeah. And
So,
that's how
that's how I
that's how
discovered
you
it.
treated the children. You did.
Thank you.
And Kevin and I, we really are buddies.
We are.
And the reason why I go back to Mr. Gross is because that's how we addressed
That's how
each
we
other
addressed
in
each
front
other.
of the children. And what I loved about you, Kevin, is that we would have a particular child in mind that we'd have a problem with,
Yes.
and we would be so frustrated, and we'd try to come up with a game plan. But when it was time to go talk to that individual, you treated them like gold. You
Yes.
were a great listener, and you were passionate about helping them to improve.
Thank you.
So,
That's wonderful.
thank
Thank
you.
you, Kat.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
that.
so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, Tiffany, let's come back to you. So, were there any sacrifices that you had to make in order to be able to live your passion? Because you weren't always in physical fitness.
No, there was definitely sacrifice. I would probably say, well, first, just a little bit of background. I came from IT. I worked for two major corporations, EDS and Accenture, and I made the conscious decision to leave Accenture. That was my last corporate job, to be with my children. So the sacrifice, I would say, started there. I opened in-home daycare, and I raised my children through that. From the daycare, I moved forward within childcare, and I decided, okay, I've done what I set out to do. So I am now going to move forward and leave this nice cushion and start building on other things that make me happy, which would be the physical fitness. And I just believe that so many people can benefit from it.
Right.
And in my life, I feel like if I am able to physically touch everyone, when I say physically, I mean like some kind of way spiritually, help them to improve their life, then I have done what I have set out to do. So if you walk away from me feeling improved, you may walk away feeling tired, but if you walk away feeling tired
wonderful.
and you have improved,
Yeah.
and in your mind you say, I did that,
I know.
then I have accomplished what it is I set out to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that is always my goal. When I put that mic on my head and I turn on that music, or if I'm personally training you, that's my goal. You may think bad thoughts about me in your head at first, but when you leave out saying, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. So
I walk away empowered every time.
great.
Can't believe I made it through, but you inspire me to
That
do
is
so.
wonderful.
Wonderful.
That is
Wonderful.
wonderful.
Every
Yes.
and I've been going in a couple of months. It'll be 2 years. I've been attending your class, and every time I walk away feeling empowered. So you are
Good.
achieving your goal.
Good, good, good. Great to hear it. I love to hear it because you don't get that much feedback other than the stares of evil. But when you do get the feedback, then you feel like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Thank you, God, for placing this in me.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, and I feel it. I feel it.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Okay, what about you, Kevin? Did you have to make sacrifices to be able to align your life to work your passion?
I did, and I continue to do so. One of the things I had to realize that I had to remove self. In order to assist someone, I can't take things so personal about, because in order to find good in everyone, you have to remove any type of judgment. And by removing self, I was able to do that, and I've been able to do that, and recognize that how important it is to help others and what's needed to help others. So I sacrifice a lot of personal feelings,
Yeah.
and I have, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay,
Nice.
because to see a smile on the child,
Oh, yes.
to see a smile on a child
Yeah.
is a reward within itself.
Yeah.
And that's gratifying to me, to ensure that they're doing well. So
Yeah.
I'm able to do that
Yeah.
without any difficulty.
Yeah.
Took a lot of years, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I saw that in action.
Yes.
And what a privilege we had to be able to work with a wonderful group
Wonderful,
of
Virginia.
young people, and we had them for 3 years.
Yes.
And to watch them grow and go on to college and continue to keep in touch with us, and it's just been an amazing
It has been,
experience.
and
Yeah.
one of the most heartfelt things that I've gone through is when you called me and said, Kevin, we wanted a guest speaker. We tried to go out to look for a guest speaker, so you talked to the children,
Mm-hmm.
and it said, no question, and all of them says, why not Mr. Gross? He knows it's the best.
Yeah.
And that was the greatest feeling.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the greatest feeling I
Yeah.
ever had.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And for them to believe in me, to be their guest speaker, and working with them daily, but for them to trust in me and believe in me and what I say and how I treat them, to be their guest speaker for that day. That was wonderful.
Yeah. And your passion just oozes all over them. And so for many of them, you were a father figure that they didn't have. And so you have done pretty amazing work.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
So for my viewers who are watching, if you listen to their story, Mr. Gross, his mom kind of helped him
She did.
and his father discover
They did.
his gift and talent. Tiffany, you know, she broke free from corporate America,
Yes.
and then her girlfriend, in opening her daycare, and then her girlfriend kind of helped her discover. So we all have gifts and talents. I want you to think about, what have your friends said about you? What do people say about you? Do you make them laugh? Are you a great listener? You comfort me. When I'm with you, I feel secure. What do people say about you? But I knew Kevin and Tiffany were indeed living their dream and working their passion and using their natural gifts and talents. But I also asked them to take this test in this book. It's called Strength Finders, and
Yes.
it's an assessment that will help you determine what your top 5 natural gifts and talents are. And then knowing that, you can begin to work to strengthen those things and then use them in the work that you do every day. So, Tiffany, when you took the test, what did you think about the assessment?
Well, before I took the test, I didn't know what to expect. And
That's
I
right.
began, taking it, and as I'm reading the questions and it's processing through my head as I have to make the decision which one I am. I absolutely, it was eye-opening for me. It also confirmed some things for me. And so at the end, when it gives you the results, I was all over it like, wow, that is me. Like, this is, I can't believe it. This is excellent. It's a computer. I'm taking a test. No one's in the room with me, and that's me. That's so me.
Right.
So, I think everyone should take it.
I know.
Everyone.
Yeah. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do and about this show because, as I said, I do leadership training, and I feel like many or much of the training that our leaderships have privy to, I want everyone to have access to that
Absolutely.
for their
Yes.
personal growth and development because we are all leaders in life. Okay. What about you, Mr. Gross, when you took the
Oh,
test?
Kathy, what a phenomenal test. As I said and read over the questions, I began to get excited. I said, wow,
Yes.
this is talking about me. And some of the questions were, wow, I couldn't believe. I said they specifically wrote this assessment for me, and that's how excited it was for me
Yes.
Yeah.
to to actually complete the assessment. But when I received the results, it said exactly what I thought of myself,
Wonderful.
and it inspired me to go to others and say,
Right.
I think this is important for something you should do
Yeah.
in my workplace now.
Yeah.
And have them to do so because I
Yeah.
thought it was so exciting and wonderful to do to
Yeah.
learn a little bit more about yourself.
Yes.
And we're ever learners.
Yes.
And I believe that.
Yeah,
And to
lifetime
learn-
learners.
Lifetime learners.
Yes.
Lifetime
And
learners.
to do something like this, it teaches us that.
Yes. And to also, if you take it, please invest in it.
Please.
Purchase
Absolutely.
the book, take the test because it actually empowers you even more. It makes you want to continue to push forward even more. So in those gifts.
Okay, wonderful. So, I am so excited to have you both here. Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank
Two
you.
people that are really living their passion and their dream. And yes, if you want to discover your natural gifts and talents, it's the book Strength Finders. But I am happy to announce that during the summer months, I will be starting my seminars again, Sip Coffee with Kathy, and I will be releasing those on my website very shortly. And there will be a Sip Coffee with session for every topic that we discuss here on my show. So, thank you so much. Grab your warm up, and I'll see you back in 2 minutes for our self care challenge.
Awesome.
Back, Detroit. It's time for our self care fitness challenge. And since this month, I want the self care challenge to be on improving ourselves physically. I am going to let Tiffany, the trainer, give you the self care challenge for this month. Tiffany, what do you suggest that they do?
I would absolutely suggest by starting off that you Start off by drinking more water. Okay, so if you can drink more water in a day, if you're not a person that drinks water, hydrate, definitely try to hydrate a little bit more. And if you're a person that drinks 8 ounces of water, that's a little small thing, 8 ounces of water, just try to increase it. Try to increase it to 16 ounces and then maybe 24 ounces because our bodies are filled with water and we need that. And then, just as a challenge for this week and next week, try not to eat any fried food and add extra vegetables. And that is your challenge.
All right.
Hydrate and eat a little bit better.
All right. Okay, Detroit. Now I've given you the tools to find your natural gifts and talents and also to be better in your fitness and health. And thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next week. Have an awesome month. Remember, 21 days makes a habit. Take the challenge.